Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, episode 3.
We pre-gamed a bit, but first joint of the cast for now, and quite a bit to talk about again. As you guys know,
Post IAAPA.
yeah, it's been a little bit. You went to this Harry Potter experience.
Yes.
That is in Leesburg, in Virginia, actually. I had no clue about it. So, that was cool. Otherwise, I've been literally staring at screens and messing with servers for Windows.
Yeah, I guess, that's really the only thing. The Leesburg Harry Potter experience.
Yeah.
Work. Getting back to it after the stumble.
Yeah. It's also that time of the year where it's the year of giving, or year of giving. It is the season of giving, so thankful for y'all for even listening, and thanks for just being here, having a cast right now. You know, being with the homie.
A lot to be grateful for.
Yep. Just throw this in. You're grateful that now Hogan made it that we can do this legally in Maryland. But nah, for realistically, thankful for the community, all y'all that stay to be homies, and make other people's days better, because that's all we need to do in this life, man, right now.
Be kind.
Yep, that's all we can do. But otherwise, yeah, we've been just busy doing life. So let's talk about coasters. Let's get on with it. Oh, man. So what did you start this with? Is this the King Louis?
Blend. Yeah.
Oh, so we blended. So what is the King Louis OG and what else? You know?
Billy Kimber.
Billy. I have never had Billy, so let's see how this Billy is. But looking at the itinerary here, we got news. Obviously, late IAAPA thoughts and discussion. We're the late folks when it comes to some of this. Sometimes, don't worry. But we're still trying to figure out if we're bi-weekly or weekly or not. We'll see. We're also doing catch-up because of just everything that's been going on with just our scheduling.
Yeah, that stumble took it out of me. But back to it.
Yeah, actually, unfortunately, I would love to have a specific someone, but next week, Bob Iger is back in. Now, that's just wild, is it? Just by itself, if you just know business. Just imagining, like, a CEO that has left and now is back. We're going to touch that a bit. Not too much. We're not Disney cast, so don't get it twisted. Not an overseas Chessington Jumanji coaster. It's gone vertical, that wing coaster. Looks really cool. It's going to be a really close zero-G element. Along with that, the Nemesis Retrack seems like it's going to have a whole event. They seem to have sent out some sort of cool, like, PSA to influencers in the UK. And obviously, the Retrack has gone underway. They're I think they're almost halfway done. They're getting started with the latter half now.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Otherwise, we got a special thing after the news to talk about. And then closing thoughts. So, IAAPA.
A lot of trains.
Yeah, a lot of trains. A lot of trains, but cool trains.
I mean, what's the best train on IAAPA?
I'm starting off the rip. So, I have a better one. I have a hot take. I think one of the worst trains is the Big Bear one.
No, no way.
I don't think it's bad.
I love them.
So I don't think the Big Bear one is bad. I came out harsh. I just think.
But didn't you just say it's the worst?
Out of all, the trains we saw this year are.
Dude, those are way better than Pipeline's trains.
See, okay, all the trains we've seen this year have been, like, actually very good. Like, I can't really complain about any of them. So, if I am saying there is a worst one, it's clearly like, oh yeah, because this is my nitpick. I think the wheels, the wheels on, like, the car that it is, they look.
I think they look good.
A little too small.
They look good.
They look almost kind of Mario Karty. And the last snippet, I wasn't a big fan of, like, the lawnmower motor that's in it.
I mean,
maybe it's on design, but it's still a great looking train. It's those little things
I'm excited to ride that.
Yeah.
I really am.
The more I look at Big Bear Mountain, the more I hear them talk about it, because those panels, man. Thank you, Ace, for having the ability to do that. Hearing Dollywood and how excited they are with Vekoma, and hearing the panel of Ace talking about their interview, saying, "Oh, we did this with Dragonflyer, 2020 was it, or 2021, when the whole Wildwood Grove area, the new family area, and then they started doing it with the phase 2 of it. So now they have Big Bear Mountain, and that's apparently going to be one of the first things you see going into the walking in. You're going to see the car or the train coming in through this waterfall cave." Wow. And then they kept talking, and they said, we're happy to continue working with Vekoma, going into 2026. That's what they said.
Maybe they're getting some sort of contract. That'd be pretty nice.
Exactly.
I'd love to see more Vekomas in the U.S.
Yeah.
So.
Building up Wildwood Grove as this family area, and them going, in this same interview, they were saying, we're really trying to be the number one family, destination park in the U.S. They're really trying to go for that. And I have never been.
Me neither.
Next year, I'm really looking. It's a very, very likely chance.
That's very high on my list for next year as well.
It's not too far from us either.
That and Silver Dollar City, the two Hersham parks that I really want to get to.
But it sounded like Dollywood is trying to really become, like, if they weren't already, a more known destination park. Competing with Cedar Point.
Right.
Competing with Magic Mountain. Like,
I feel like there's
obviously they have resorts in Deeming more than Magic Mountain, but in the sense of people know those parks and they want to go spend a day or two there, maybe even a weekend, like a vacation there. Dollywood has a better.
They could aim higher than that, though. They could try and compete with resort places like Universal and stuff because of all the draw that area has. Everything in Tennessee.
Because they continue with that. Apparently, next year is a big year for them. They're hosting the Coaster Con, and I think also Golden Ticket Awards. Which, if they're really trying to
maybe they're pushing to win some Golden Ticket Awards next year, while hosting the event.
And then I was thinking, IAAPA is a little weird because everything we saw, generally it's like, oh, we saw it and we gotta wait a year. It's because of the weird how the pandemic, pushed scheduling and how they pushed a lot of their construction back. We're getting everything literally within a few months from now. A lot of people aren't thinking that. We're literally are going to ride Wildcat Revenge.
Right.
In a few months, we're going to be able to ride Big Bear Mountain in a few months.
Well, interesting. And I wonder, what's up with Dragster? Because, Adam, Sandy, totally hinting at stuff.
There was a post that I'm just going to say, this man is the biggest tongue-in-cheek right now.
Yes.
Because it was either a Facebook post from Zamperla or an Instagram post, because he was saying, there's a lightning train to the Playland Peony, which, the more I look at that train, the more it is just...
I love... It
is.
Dude, that is the best train out of IAAPA.
It is sexy. It's just...
That is the best train.
And I'm imagining what they can do to the front cars, too.
Yes. Oh, I cannot wait. Because, you look at, the Totatus train, and, if they can do something like that with their lightning trains,
Yeah.
I'd love... They're up and coming. They're up and coming.
Yeah, going on Zamperla and all that. There was a little hint in one of those posts, either Facebook or Instagram. We're doing this Playland retrofit, but these are going to be able to tackle some of the fastest coasters in the world, these trains.
And he looks, he has the enthusiasm. It's just, he's hinting,
The best way to describe it is Adam Sandy has the best smug, shit-eating grin of, I know something that you guys don't, and you're going to love it. When I see him talking, you can even hear it in his voice sometimes. When I listen to him in the podcast, or listen to him at the Zamperla panel for the Wild Mouse going to Cedar Point, which realistically those are the worst trains. But I am excited to see, because we didn't hear anything about Top Thrill. I didn't think we were. Last week I said, what if? We're throwing everything out there, having fun. But realistically, I can see them holding some stuff for later.
Isn't the thing that people are saying right now is Cedar Point's advertising that they have so many roller coasters, right? Isn't that why they're saying that the dragster announcement has to be coming soon or something. I think that's one of the things I've heard.
We have 18 coasters still.
Right.
Keep saying. Yeah. But the thing is, I think at the end of the day, we're all looking too much into it. Obviously, we know they're doing something to dragster. We just don't know when. But there's like another thing coming out where there's a Merle where it doesn't show dragster in the skyline.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, they're not going to have a ride in the skyline for stuff if it's not operating.
I completely agree. I think we're looking too much at it. Like, Cedar Point's not trying to throw us hints. I don't think they care.
I think they're just trying to fix.
I don't think they care. Like, there's no deadline, there's no rush or anything. I don't think they care, and I don't think they're trying to throw us hints. I think we're just looking too much at it.
I think our hype and ideas and theories is enough marketing.
It's because we're that small niche of, nerds.
Yeah.
So, like, we're looking at it so much, but, like, we're not their target audience. Like, they're not trying to throw us a bone,
Realistically, 99% of the people that we were with probably at Cedar Point saw Top Thrill, maybe decided to go up to it and saw it was closed and were like, oh, I wonder why it's closed. And then maybe they heard about the accident, maybe they didn't want to, but, like, regardless, like, they're not theorizing, coming up with layouts or potential ideas.
They're just there walking the Steel Vengeance and Millennium Force,
okay. We'll go to Magnum now. We'll go to Gemini now.
Right.
So, yeah, I think they realize, like, they're satiating our, like, need just by us wanting more. But the GP, they're cool. They're like, all right, it's there. Hopefully see it comes back. And then when they do bring something new and it's a brand new thing, they'll be even like, wow.
They're all lining up for it.
Yep. So,
they don't care about us. They're not throwing us anything.
Good job, Cedar Point, but at the same time, screw you, Cedar Point, because I just want to know. I want to see the blueprints. Who are you talking to?
Well,
is it Premier? Is it Perla?
If the blueprints come out, our niche community is going to find them, so.
I mean, I will say, probably a month or two before it actually comes out, I would not be surprised if one of the news outlets, these insider sources that we follow, park fans, even other people, like
Cedar Fair employees,
like exactly, just throwing things out in the Discord. It's like, hey, why not?
Yep, pretty much.
I mean, hey, what's happening? Just real quick, just tangent now. Where's that Knott's Berry Farm gig, huh? That would have been a hot thing to throw in. Like, why not? You guys forgot about this. Here's it at IAAPA. Is this still happening? You guys forgot about that. I know it kind of hurts, though.
Who knows?
Kind of hurts to think, because I don't know if it's happening.
They don't even have an accelerator open.
Excuse me?
Accelerator's not open. It's SBNO right now.
How long?
During Haunt, I think.
Okay, I'm about to say, like, don't tell me
during down. I think it was down during Not Scary Farm. I think it went down around the same time as what's it? The Flywheel launch. Can't remember. Montezuma's Revenge.
Bruh.
And that's gonna be a new thing for next year, though.
Oh yeah. That's
which is awesome for Knott's. So
Zamperla train. What other trains do we see? We need to look again. Pipeline.
Well,
man,
wasn't someone saying, "Oh, why aren't they sideways?" or something? I thought there was like a quote from someone.
A few people saying that.
Yeah.
Having that go around, but then a lot of people also realize how comfortable would it be to actually feel any of these forces consistently sideways. We haven't really done that with a coaster.
Right.
They like. I'm thinking of any like the flying coaster model for Vekoma, where they literally throw you on your side only for idle moments, like to transport you to the chain lift or at the end of the whole.
Yeah.
That's the only time we've seen that. I don't think we ever have seen a coaster where you're literally on your side, besides a spinning coaster, but you're feeling lateral forces there. You're not feeling a corkscrew. Airtime hills, big ones.
Positive G's, negative G's.
Higher than a spinning coaster.
Yeah.
So
that's interesting.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons. Maybe in the future, that's why I'm always wondering when I'm an old geezer, when I'm the boomer, what coasters will be like. Will they just be off the rails, literally, like Thrillville type stuff, or Who knows? But like as of right now, I don't think it would be that comfortable. It's like stand-ups already aren't that comfortable. So if they make this work, then that is enough of an engineering like.
This made me think of that one shit post I saw the other day. It was like a new coaster that jumps the track is like being engineered or something to open in 2028. And like my like GP friend sent that to me, and I was like,
let me guess.
Nah, that's not happening.
It had the same loop of every clickbait video of top 10 worst accidents, where it's the missing like. Yep. I think I know what it is. I think it's Riddler's Revenge they always use or something. Where it's missing the loop. It's a floorless coaster. It might be Scream. I don't know.
That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was.
And like...
I was geeking. I just thought it was funny. I was like, that's just not happening.
Yeah. Dude, I get stuff all the time. Like, what did I get? It was something like that. Someone sent me. But they obviously know, like... Because they're trolling too, so they know, like... Oh, is this a thing? Man, you're really, really risking your life out there playing or this coaster stuff.
Shit, man.
You know, but there was a time, like, when El Toro, like, the last accident happened. Like, my friend was like, I'm not letting you go to a Six Flags park again. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm like, it's not every Six Flags. I mean, like, my relatives and friends will definitely be, like, talking about this stuff.
I've heard stuff about that one from people, yeah.
Yeah,
you know, but the thing about not going to a Six Flags park, I don't think I've had a bad experience at a Six Flags park this year.
That's crazy.
I
mean, I've only gone the one time I went, and it was the end of the season at America, and it's Six Flags America. So
I've done Fiesta Texas, Great Adventure, and America. I think are the three I've done this year. And I haven't had a bad time.
Which, I guess, because if I'm going to also shout out, we're talking about America. This tangent's gone kind of long. We're going to go back to trains in a bit. I guess shout out to them, too, because I shouted out Alton Towers last week when they rushed to get Wicker Man. Or last episode, rushed to get Wicker Man and fix it. Because apparently they did the same thing with Superman before they closed the end of the season.
Yes, I saw that.
And that was so troll.
I was disappointed because I think it was, I don't know, I viewed someone's story and they were riding Superman and I was like, damn, I should go, but I don't know. I think I just sat in the house, I don't know, but I was like, damn, I wish I went just to go ride Superman again and shit, but I think it was right after the stumble, so I was like, burnt out. It's like Veterans Day weekend or something the other week.
Yeah.
But shit, shout out to Six Flags America for doing that.
That's what I'm saying. You know, they got it done. And if you were there, or if anyone wanted to ride Superman, you know, literally their standout of the park. It's Wild One for us, but, you know, generally, you know, Superman the ride, the hyper coaster of the park. It's great they did that for the last 2 days of its operation. But now back to IAAPA trains. What other trains, man? So, man, what did you think of pipeline trains, though? Because you were actually talking trash on them, and people would be like, huh? What do you mean? They're great.
I don't know. I'm not impressed. I'll have to ride it, and if I like the trains, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of B&M vests. I know that you would have to have vests for this type of ride. I get that, but I don't know. I'm just gonna have to ride it.
That's literally how I am with this because
like I didn't like Riddler's Revenge. I didn't like those trains, and these are going to be kind of similar, but they're going to have vests and be a little more reactive.
You mean Great Adventure?
Yeah, Great Adventure.
You mean Green Lantern?
Green Lantern. Yeah. Riddler's Revenge.
They're both green and stand up, so.
But yeah, no, I didn't like those. I think these are going to be similar, just with vests and a little more reactive and stuff, but I'll just have to see.
There was a note. I was looking at the panel when they revealed them, and they showed the back end, but it showed that it does seem like, even with that little bit of movement from just the train getting cut, it actually moved quite a bit. So I am wondering how much movement these will give. Like, because
I don't know. I think it's going to be a very interesting ride experience.
I think that was one of the main reasons that stand-ups are so uncomfortable and just meh, is like, they are so rigid. Like, you lock into that place in that position, and you are stuck there.
Yeah,
if you
maybe the reactiveness of these new trains are going to make it a lot more of a comfortable ride experience, you know?
Let's hope, because has B&M really had a, I guess, flopped model? This would probably be the first if it was. If you know, this experience is not great, no other parks add this, and even then, I'm not really sure what parks are looking to add stand-ups.
Well, and I don't even know that if I wouldn't say just because no other parks might add it. It doesn't really make it a flop, though. That doesn't make it a flop. It could still be Pipeline's a good ride. That just it might not be a big market, you know?
Yeah, but you still got to sell it. You know, all that research and development, all that money doing it, those trains, and you sold it to one park.
That's true. Yeah.
It's just like how, even though people wrote SNS access,
they're making a gamble then.
Yeah.
You know, they put in the R&D, they're getting out this model, and they got to hope that people buy it. So, I mean, hey.
And that's why,
maybe it's a hit.
That's why I think we're seeing the model we're seeing, like, this layout. It's like, it's its first. I don't think it's supposed to be anything too much. They probably realize, like, I mean, heck, look at, like, Vortex or, like, Iron Wolf, that is now obviously Apocalypse, that is now obviously, yeah, like, those are not great layouts, because those are some of the first ever B&M layouts. Obviously now these aren't the first. This is like generations. I would say this is like third, fourth generation B&M. They're sticking to vests, but now they have this new hydraulic system that moves you up and down when you're riding. Let's see if it works out. I think they look pretty slick, you know. Like, I look like I'm on a surfboard. I think they look cool. I'm wondering how, after a season, how dusty and grimy they'll look, like the actual surfboard, but we'll see.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, I think there'll be some sort of market for it. It's a unique concept, you know.
Yeah. We'll see if B&M will stick the landing with this, essentially. Because I still have my doubts. Still got my doubts. And I guess the last big train is Wildcat's Revenge train. Because the Zamperla one, it's different colored cheese. There's a yellow cheese, and it's, you know, it's like, yeah. It's not like you can poke, it's not like it's like actual, like you can put your hand in it. It's just a decal, you know.
Wild Mouse.
Yeah.
That's the worst train.
Yeah.
What about what was it, Bone
Shaker?
Yeah.
Going to that whole Hot Wheels park.
Awesome looking train.
Yeah. I really wish it were like something like Lightning Run.
Right.
At Kentucky's Kingdom.
Right.
But it's gonna be a lesser model. Still super slick train. Especially as a kid that used to be a Hot Wheels kid.
Where's that at again? Do you know?
I don't remember. I want to say it's somewhere southwest, but I could be mistaken. It could be Midwest.
I think you're right on Southwest. I'm just not sure where.
Yeah, it's Arizona, I think. Yeah, Arizona.
Okay, that's
Glendale, Arizona.
I'd consider going out there for that.
I mean, if they build it up,
yeah,
sick. But actually, we gotta talk about these trains before we have another joint. But because these tangents have been ridiculous. Wildcat Revenge is the last one.
Yes,
it's the last one, and then I guess after that, I'm gonna talk about the panels a bit, because I was not happy with SeaWorlds. That's all I'm gonna say. I was not happy with them. But Wildcat's Revenge, what do you think? Because that is the most polarizing train from IAAPA, I think. I've seen people say it is amazing, they love it, and I've seen people say they absolutely despise it, and they just don't get what people see.
I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I'm not super impressed. Like, I kind of agree with people that are like critiquing the design.
like, I'm kind of on the boat with you. Like, I can see why people love it, and I can see why people hate it.
Because, like, I was reading, whenever it was launched, I was reading a lot of the Buzz Bars chat and stuff, and I was like, you know, like, I agree, like, with everyone critiquing the graphic and just, like, the dynamics of the train and stuff. I was like, I'm not really super impressed.
I thought it was good. I can see people that, like, you know, just in general, the design put into the train really like, oh, this is amazing. But I can see people just looking at it from an aesthetic point of view and being like, disgusting. I'm indifferent. I think, I mean, the Wildcat kind of looks like, you know, something from high school. Yeah,
it didn't look very, you know.
But I guess the real big thing no one's talking about, I just wish they would do something about restraints, that's all. Because the same restraints we all know on an RMC, so your shins will get destroyed. And
then there's always the chance if they're really like, they just kind of like lock down on you while you're going throughout the layout.
I think I noticed that more on, I want to say, ones that have been around longer. That happens more? I don't know.
Yeah, because like Steel Vengeance, they come down hard on you.
There's like 3 points.
But like Iron Gwazi, they don't.
So. I wonder with age, it'll just like get worse with that.
But like Twisted Timber, same year as Steel Vengeance, and they don't.
That's what I was saying. So I was like, I don't know if that's even correlating at that point.
Yeah. But no, I mean I don't know. I mean, I'd like to see RMC do something with Gerstlauer trains again, but, you know, once they made their own in-house, you know, it's like they're just not going to do that again.
They just need to do something with the restraints. That's the main thing. It's the main thing. And I'm wondering if what's stopping them from doing the lap bar design, like, intimate. We literally have seen even GCI with their Infinity Flyers looking like they're going more of an intimate route.
Well, the thing is, it's like, so the iBox model, once they have their own in-house train that they use on, you know, all of their coasters, it just, I guess it just wouldn't make sense for them to change things up, you know? Like, I definitely foresee that whenever they, you know, finally get into T-Rex track, there's going to be new trains, you know, but like with the Raptor track, they already have their trains for that. With the iBox track, they already have.
And I mean, people aren't a fan of their trains on the Raptors either. So
yeah, but you know,
it is what it is. That's one thing
I can't foresee.
That is money, because we were just talking about like it takes money to
do the R&D,
to really research, like, well, how do we do it comfortable? How do we make sure it's safe? How do we test it, make sure? Yeah, there's so many prototypes. Yeah, like, man, that's the only thing. RMC fixed that?
Well, it's like, why would they spend all this money on R&D when they already have an iBox train that works, when they could be spending that money on R&D for new models instead of, you know, trains for old models?
Comfort. I'm just saying, RMC. Darren, your rides are amazing, aggressive, phenomenal, but they kind of hurt. They can't hurt. I am a masochist and I go through the pain, but I would ride your rides even longer. I wouldn't even get up. I wouldn't have to take a break. If, you know, just tad more comfy. Otherwise, that is all the trains that were at IAAPA. There were a few panels that were happening there. Obviously, the main ones that happened were the Cedar Point one, the Hershey Park one, where they showed, Wildcats Revenge. Dollywood had their own panel where they talked to people, showed off Big Bear Mountain, and really excited about the future of Dollywood, saying they want to cement themselves.
Zamperla, right?
Yeah. From with Vekoma.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Zamperla was with Cedar Point. But also their Lightning train as well.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
We forgot one more, the Zambezi Zinger train.
Oh, those look great.
Which, yeah, I was like, the more I look, because they're also Infinity Flyers. Which, I think the reason he said, I was listening to his panel, and I'll segue that into the panels to some of the main manufacturers here. And start with GCI. I'm really liking where they're going. They're one of the companies I am really excited to see if we do see some of these newer models where they just let loose. Let them go. Like, I think Mystic is one of those where they just let them let loose.
I mean, I think you got like Wood Coaster and you got Wodan, you know?
Like,
great Texas Stingray.
Especially because he said they had to use these Infinity Flyers specifically for the drive wheel lift that they're going with, because it's a spiral lift. And apparently there's no way to do that with the regular Millennium Flyers. So this is a perfect opportunity to show off capabilities of using the Infinity Flyers. And the lap bars look great. They look like they are much more comfortable. And like,
they look like I'm gonna get stapled.
You think?
That's what they look like.
Really?
Yes. They look like I'm gonna get stapled.
I get stapled with GCIs already.
I don't get stapled with Millennium Flyers.
Yeah, I get,
but
I cannot.
I think that those look like I'm gonna get stapled. Not gonna lie.
I think I can definitely sit forward and get some room. I think I'm gonna be able to like chill on that. I think. Watch them as I get stapled. But nah. I love the Jeep look design. I think it goes really well with just like the Millennium Flyer and Infinity Flyer they're going with. And they were saying the main reason they were going with making these Infinity Flyers in this panel is to really go with more of these, bigger radiuses, sharper transitions. They really they're trying to compete with, the main big boys that are showing up with these crazy transitions, new things like RMC, Intamin, Vekoma. Like, I'm just waiting because GCI puts up that dueling Titan Track model every year. When is someone gonna buy it? Not necessarily that model, but I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing just a Titan Track.
Where could we see one?
Dueling Titan Track or just a Titan Track, like?
Either.
A dueling one, I don't know, honestly, we would ever see anytime soon. But if we were, it would be a replacement of dueling coasters, in my opinion. If we were to see
a ground up
one, just a single Titan Track.
I don't think it'd be a Six Flags park. I think it maybe a SeaWorld park.
SeaWorld. I could see it being somewhere in Europe or in Asia.
Yeah. Overseas, I could definitely see. But like,
I can actually really see Asia. Looking like
U.S.
Steel Dolphin
U.S. or Canada.
Yeah.
Maybe Canada's Wonderland in like 5 years or something.
Do they have wooden coasters? I think that's one of the things they don't really have.
I thought they have a couple old ones.
I don't think they're great.
You have to check RCB.
I think that's, you might be right, but I don't think they're great.
I think, what's the one in La Ronde has one.
Oh, that monster.
Yeah.
I've heard that is one of the worst coasters ever.
But that's a Six Flags park, so they wouldn't do it,
Alright. So they have a Ghoster coaster, Canada's Mindbuster.
I heard that one's... I don't know. I think I've heard mixed things about that.
Oh, I think Wildebeest is a Grizzly clone. It might be a Grizzly clone. Yeah, it definitely is a Grizzly clone.
Grizzly's a good ride, man.
That is an extremely hot take that will... I'd say it's a guilty pleasure because I get people that don't like it, and I am curious what it will be like next year.
They better not ruin my Grizzly. It's got to be rough.
Oh yeah, we like it a little rough here. Phrasing, we don't care. But yeah, I was really impressed with GCI's panel because they are super confident in what they are, like in their future.
Do they sell?
I think they sell a lot more overseas right now.
Yeah.
But Cedar Fair seems to like him a good bit.
I mean, Texas Stingray was like, what?
That was C's, actually.
That was pretty recent.
Yeah.
So
technically they are
that was
doing
2019.
Yeah, that's all right. Apparently, from what I've heard. So.
Yeah, that thing's good.
It's one of those futures, just the what ifs. It'd be awesome. And obviously, the family dynamic there is cool because president is bringing in a lot of his family to come and take it over after him and really like show them, and they're willing to, and it's apparently tightening their family bond. And it's cool to see them continue their legacy a lot, like with like the Schwarzkopfs and all that stuff. Which that's one thing. Or going to that panel, Premier's helping Schwarzkopf bring back a fair and small ride classic.
Yeah,
with the
Wildcat. Yeah,
Wildcat 2.0.
That's I like that.
Yeah, but his son was there and helping send off everything and basically show off and announce Wildcat 2.0. They said it's going to be twice the height, essentially. It's going to be, I think, up to 40 miles an hour. Yeah, it's going to be a nice little ride for, pier parks, fairs, even some, smaller parks that need something, to, become,
Was Gravity Group doing at IAAPA?
I didn't see anything with Gravity Group there. There was a few that really were not there, or didn't really have panels. Intamin kind of said, hey, C's, just show off our 3 straddle coasters.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was the 2 straddle coasters and in Catapult Falls, which actually that looks kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's a launch flume.
That's
First ever.
SeaWorld San Antonio, right?
Yep.
Man, that's gonna be a maintenance nightmare. Tell you that much.
Intamin.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Infinity Falls is already bad enough. I can't believe
Infinity Falls and SeaWorld?
At SeaWorld Orlando.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. It's like, how do they give them that maintenance headache and then they sucker them into getting a launched log flume. That's such a fuck you to SeaWorld San Antonio.
Was it closed the last time you were there? Well, I mean, it was fall, so.
Which one?
Infinity Falls.
No, it was open for Hallow Scream. We tried to get on it, but it was closed.
Wait.
We were actually gonna meet Timmy and James, and then we're gonna actually ride it on Halloween, and then but it was closed, so we didn't.
So it was open, but it was closed.
It was open, but it was down. Yeah. I mean, hey, if SeaWorld wants to have that headache,
I hear that. The thing is, though, I hear that ride is super good.
Which one?
Infinity Falls.
Oh, no, it is. I've gotten one ride on it in January, and it's amazing. It's the best,
It's actually because when I look at it too, it's long.
Yeah,
That's one thing about rafts. I'm like, it's
well,
over
no,
so
Popeyes is better. Popeyes at Universal is better. You'll get super wet, but you should ride it. But Popeyes is a little bit better, but Infinity Falls is amazing.
But that's the thing. It's a recurring theme with Intamin. Oh, maintenance nightmare, blah, blah, blah. Oh, but the ride?
Yep.
Amazing.
Yep.
I mean, they're getting better with maintenance. But some of the rides, man.
It does depend on, where you're at, too.
Yeah.
Because some just have better maintenance teams, but they all still go down a lot,
You can put the best maintenance team, and I think costs still going down at least 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Volcano was like that too. Honestly, it's I remember looking this. That's why I always have respect for
I'd always go to Volcano first thing in the morning because I wanted to get a ride on it before it break down. Or have a super long line,
Near the end, 2015, 2016, it would be super easy during the weekdays. Just walk on, get on. That was the only time I would ride it, though, because I'm not waiting 3 hours just to get blue balled that it's closed.
Right.
Worst feeling.
You know anyone that's gotten a Volcano rollback?
Nope. Not anyone personally.
I feel like Bob said he got a volcano rollback or something like that. There's somebody in our friends at Coaster Talk podcast that said they had one. I'm pretty sure.
So I kind of already talked about Dollywood panel. They're excited about becoming a fun family destination and hosting CoasterCon next year, and also hosting the Golden Tickets. So multiple reasons to go, essentially, because they got Big Bear Mountain, and they got
Dollywood's not a
CoasterCon.
park I'm missing in 2023. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. So then, the a very underwhelming one, because you have these long, 7 to 10 minute panels where they're getting really, talking about their history, talking about real reasons why they're adding this stuff. Then you get to the SeaWorld panel. That's one, it's not even bad. It's just so average and corporate compared to the rest of them. That's why I had an issue with it. Because you have all of them. They have rehearsed their line, they've rehearsed what they're gonna say. They know their attractions because they have worked with it. And you have their public relations guy from SeaWorld coming up with his iPad and reciting everything and literally having to look at it, not even looking at the audience, because
the same passion's not there.
Yeah, you can just tell, we just want your money.
It's way more corporate. I completely agree.
Hey, here's these buzzwords and adjectives. Straddle coaster, world's first indoor one. We're gonna make up. We have to market rides. It's hard to market rides nowadays because we've kind of done it all. But all these buzzwords until boom, watch this, something we've seen before. And then they revealed the Catapult Falls POE, which is cool. And then they revealed Arctic Rescue, which I think is a clone of the one in San Antonio. Wavebreaker? Or is there one in San Diego already? I just know there's...
Wavebreaker.
It's the one that goes over the water, right?
Yeah.
Because they kept showing footage of that, basically. So I was like, in the, release of this new ride, apparently, for Arctic Rescue. So I was like, okay, all right. And then they said world's first straddle coaster on the West Coast. Okay.
Aren't there 4 or 5 straddle coasters now?
Yeah.
Something like that.
And, yeah. So. These are all Intamin though, and it's like I said, the passion wasn't there. I already am struggling as a consumer to want to go to your parks. Heck, your rides you're adding, at least for me, they might work for some people in their demographic. Families might like some of the parks now. It's expensive, but some of them are pretty okay for 4 to 6 hours. You walk in, you do something for the day with your family, then get some food after. But I'm still struggling to go to my own in Williamsburg.
For us, it's the joke is SeaWorld Orlando is a 2-hour park. So you go there and ride everything in 2 hours, and then you go to Islands of Adventure for the rest of the day.
Yeah, because I am not having that much good guest experience. Frankly, as an enthusiast, if you're looking for a thrill seeker, I'm not the biggest fan of the rides. They have, I think their biggest hit with their big, boom of coaster adding is Arangwazi.
Yes. But
But they just started doing this, though.
Busch Gardens Tampa is kind of an exception to, the other SeaWorld parks, if I'm being honest.
What do you mean by that?
What
do you mean by that?
It's a lot better than every other Seas park I visited this year.
Busch Gardens Tampa.
Yes. Better than SeaWorld Orlando,
Even
SeaWorld
with-
San Antonio.
Even with the
and Busch
operations.
Gardens. Yes, still.
Because I've heard those operations are, abysmal, or can be.
Still, yeah. Busch Tampa has been a hit for me this year.
Well, I'm excited to go because I have never been to Tampa. Or to be honest, and I've never been on anything in SeaWorld because I was too small to go on anything. So, and I was a Disney kid back then. So when we went, that was a side park.
We're gonna miss Falcon's Fury, man.
Is it still closed?
Yep.
Like, are they just?
They've still got walls up. I heard from someone in one of these random sources that they're waiting on a part. Like, it's not gonna be here for like 6 months or something.
Man, see, like, I think it's a thing now that parks might think of, like, hey, you know, we're making this really experimental thing, you know, like, when we need something from you guys, how accessible will that part be? You know, this replacement. Because, yeah, like, hearing about even the Windseekers at the Cedar Fair parks, the same issues. And
I feel like even Siebert was saying something about having issues like that with Iron Rattler's trains because they're those Gerstlauer trains. Yeah. You know, they've got to get that stuff.
Because you deal with RMC, and then with the trains, you have to deal with Gerstlauer.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that can definitely be...
He was saying something like that. I can't remember the story, but...
Well, at least those trains are good, from what I've heard. Everyone apparently really, really likes those trains.
They're solid. 100%.
Like, compared to the general RMC train. And comfortability.
They're even for me.
They're even for you?
Yeah.
Well, you're somehow always able to get room. Yeah. So, it's like... Yeah. Like, with some rides, it's easier for me to sit up and be like, hey, look, this is a room. Give me, like, a click or two so I'm not literally a part of the train at this point.
Yeah.
But wasn't happy with C's. Everything else, though, it seemed like a great, kind of a chill IAAPA. Because, like I said, there wasn't really any toying or teasing for the future for a lot of... We're getting this in a few months.
I'm very interested in going next year to IAAPA.
I would be, too, especially because, like, just seeing the people that did go, they're like, oh, yeah, went to IAAPA, you're in a coaster capital, Florida now, so then you go on Velocicoaster, go to wherever.
Yeah.
Seems like an absolute win, and you're going before the Christmas crowds.
That seems like a great trip for next year.
Well, I will say, hope it will be still easy for people to just, you know, walk around and get in. After, but yeah. Hopefully it still will be easy to get, just, you know, for enthusiasts, just to, you know, mission to walk in and just see stuff.
Yeah.
I hope, even if it will be an art museum, we had to just ooh and ah with no cameras. Like, that's fine enough for me.
Hopefully there's a spinner credit.
Oh, yeah. Technically, isn't it a new one every year, too?
I believe so. That's
cheating, bro. So you go to IAAPA, and you're always getting a credit. So if you're, like, at 1,000, where it's, like, really hard to get credits, you're, like, always at least getting one.
I feel like the way they do it is, like, they have a new model that's, like, going to a different location or something like that.
And the end of the second one, it's hitting. Jesus. But yeah, any other IAAPA or closing thoughts you got? Because like I said, it was a little light, like, it was a different IAAPA, in my opinion, because a lot of times it's teasing for a year, and we're waiting, but we're getting a lot of this stuff that we knew about, and they were just clarifying information, and said, hey, get ready to get on this in the next few months, for almost all of the reveals and stuff we've seen. So I thought it was an interesting change. I didn't mind it. I am thankful that the industry is still doing this and giving us an opportunity to see inside of all of this. So, yeah, I guess those are my closing thoughts. But
I'm thinking.
Yeah. I should put like the Wheel of Fortune, the Jeopardy, the bum 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 bum.
Bro. I don't know, man. You know, man.
Take it as what it is. Ever had a root beer in like a year?
That's what you wanted,
slapped. Well, I said a pib, and I don't know why. I guess because I'm going to Cookout, which I had cookout before. Cause
That's the move. Dude, it's
too good.
With the North Carolina drive, I got some sheets, man. So I was happy.
You should have got Sheets and cookout. North Carolina, it's his hometown. It's home state. Because Sheets, you're going to have Sheets all the way going up through.
Oh, I'm almost out of sheets, bro. I got one sheet left.
Oh, yeah, speaking of sheets.
I got one sheet left, man.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You got a few.
Those a few?
Yeah. Yeah, you got a few, bro. What are you talking about?
I don't know, bro.
How'd you miss this? Yeah, you would have been blown.
Thought I had one sheet left, man.
Yeah, you got quite a few. You're good. What do you get now? What are these?
Pure Hemps.
Yeah, but are these the same brand? The Egg Bambi?
the bamboo.
Big Bambi. Oh, I read it complete, bro. Because, the B is not next to the IG. So bro, I just see Big Bamboo. Okay. Yeah.
Bro, I'm geeking. That's hilarious.
Big Bambi.
Big bamboos.
The Big Bambi wraps.
Yes, that's where we're on around here, you know.
Okay. Where are we at right now?
So we're talking about IAAPA.
Yeah, we're talking about IAAPA. We finished that up.
I'm thinking about my closing thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, because we still got to talk about briefly Disney.
Oh my god. Oh my god, bro.
So I'm saying.
Timmy, where are you at, man? Timmy, we need you.
Nah, I'm somewhat hip. Because, I used to be a Disney kid. I just haven't gone in years because I was just so, done with Disney.
My knowledge of it is,
Yeah, I try, anytime there's any new information, I'm basically, in that bitch.
My knowledge of it is, that Chapek. Is it Chapek or Chapek?
Chapek. But
Chapek
first closing thoughts of...
Bro.
You're on another J, you can't get the closing thoughts.
I'm still trying to think about the closing thoughts.
Well, you seem somewhat indifferent. You're
I thought it was a good event. It was a good IAAPA.
Yeah.
But there was the drama, you know.
Yeah, unfortunately, things happened.
So, yeah. I thought it was my closing thoughts on this year's IAAPA. Really, I'm just indifferent. I thought it was just a pretty good IAAPA. I liked the reveals that came out. I liked the hints, you know. But the drama was also, kind of dumb. And that could, jeopardize the ease of getting into the event.
Yeah, that's what
going forward.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of...
Which is just a bit frustrating, you know?
One thing I saw someone say that would be nice to do in general, it might even help out IAAPA, is throw out a stream for the event.
Yeah.
Have, designated place for, big main reveals to go.
Absolutely.
So if people want to see that, and then even possibly go the extra mile and have a host or someone walking around showing all the smaller things, showing what's at the event.
I feel like it would be really nice if they could showcase all the panels, you said.
Yeah, we're done with that now. We're almost an hour in. We got to talk about Disney and Bob Chapek, which we're not Disney fans necessarily. I used to be way more into Disney when I was younger. Now I think the IPs are okay. I have a few of my favorites. Otherwise, park-wise, I was not a fan really anymore as they were taking stuff out, and it was super hard for family to even just go. And even
that's my knowledge of it as well. Is that under Chapek?
Even honestly,
the trend.
So I have a little bit of a different opinion on Bob Iger, but there's a few people that share this. But it started when he was under, when it was under Bob Iger in 2018, 2019. Yeah, he thought he spilled. That would have been unfortunate. But nah, yeah, like, it was hard to even, set a lot of stuff up. And it was super expensive. And I was saying it back then, and now, oh my lord. 2020 happened, and Bob Iger steps down. He was trying to step down for years, but
yeah.
I'm going to get into the reason why he probably didn't. Then it gives it to a person he believed could be the best transition,
Right.
Bob Chapek. And basically, for the last 2.5 years, we have felt his wrath of him being in charge. And man, because it really, and let me tell you, I think some Disney fans are a little jaded, but even it was almost unanimous that Bob Chapek was not it. He was not the guy. Right, raising prices, this reservation system, not taking it away 2 years after, no parks are doing it anymore.
Right.
Ridiculous crowds, but you still have this, but you got rid of free fast pass. You got, it's ridiculous how, it's because it's per ride too for some of them.
Right.
Or like a lot of them.
The lightning lanes and stuff. Right?
And they're just as long as standby because just how overcrowded the parks are.
Yeah.
It's hurting the actual, like,
but
I complain about C's, but I actually feel bad for Disney fans in that sense. Because that guest
they
experience
screwed
is gone.
over the pass holders too.
Mm-hmm.
That's I mean.
Yep. It's because.
But the crazy, and I'm not knowledgeable on it, but the crazy part is, how do the fans stay loyal? Like
they are some of the most loyal fans.
Yeah.
Because they don't like anything else.
Crazy.
Because think about it. There's not, in the U.S., there's really nothing like Disney. There's Universal, but they're just coming back. And even then, their dark rides aren't Disney. Their dark rides are not, it's not, I'm soft top head. They don't have a Rise of the Resistance.
It's a different magic.
Yeah. Which, that's the one thing that I always gave them credit for until recently with Bob Chapek's ride. I'm like, it's always the magic, and then he started taking that away. All right, I'm gonna take rides out. Things aren't gonna be ran as well. There's rides are gonna be down even more often. Granted, that was an industry-wide thing that's still kind of continuing and going on right now.
Yeah.
Which that is also happening because of staffing. But it was really hitting hard for Disney because his cuts going so hard, he was laying people off, but having people deal with Disney crowds for just abysmal pay. Like, compared to just other parks, like, in my opinion, just.
Yeah.
And I can't think of their names right now. They're cast members, that's what they go. They're literally some of the soul of your park. And you are destroying it. With having them not enjoying their job.
But still want to do it, too.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're having people coming in and out in the past. Like, their retention rate has been rough.
Yeah. It's not a good sign.
Actually, the reason I know that is because of my recent class. I actually used, I think I used Disney a little bit for my business. I used Cedar Fair a lot, but Disney I looked into, and man, Chapek dropped this. I'm not gonna get much into the business aspect because I'm not too business man. I'm not here silver, or what do they call it, diamond hands over here. But you can just look at when Chapek became a CEO and the stock plummeting just from then till now, and that is really the main reason Bob Iger has came back. He didn't stick the landing because Bob Iger kind of put Chapek in this position. Not to fail, maybe, but he thought, hey, you're good with financials. You can fix this. Because they were acquiring everything. Iger was acquiring everything. They acquired Pixar. They acquired Marvel, which now, if you look at movies, it's literally the biggest, highest grossing franchise in history now. And then, on top of all of it, $70 billion to get Fox. 20th Century Fox. That is the main thing, though, that is causing the big debt and issues with everything and why they're trying to climb out of all of this. And that all started with Iger. So, that's why my opinions of him are a little different. Because I'm like, look, he does great with guest experience, great emotional intelligence and talking to people, but doesn't know what to do with his debt. And he thought, I've been doing this for almost 20 years now, a CEO. It's time for me to step down, do something else at least. And maybe a financial guy can be the one to do this. And they were apparently tight, which I don't know, all this other stuff. Apparently they're not tight anymore at all. Like, it was like happening all after he became CEO, just though they have beef. And apparently Iger reflected what I said. Now look at that pearl, bro. But Iger reflected what I was saying. And now, the TLDR of the recent interviews, he felt Chapek was killing the soul of Disney. And I think everyone 100% agrees. But, yeah, we're not too big Disney here, but it's still, Disney is one of the reasons why this industry even exists. So, thought we had to talk about it a little bit. So yeah, any thoughts about that? What do you think? So I guess I'm gonna just think about what could happen. What I try to do. I'm not gonna look at I've barely looked at any rumors of what people think. I'm going based off of what I've seen Iger do and what he's good at. So, with your limited knowledge, what do you think?
I see this transfer of power where Iger comes back in at CEO is going to be a good thing for guest experience. It's going to... Those pass holders that stayed loyal are going to be happy, because he's going to make good changes for the pass holders. And I feel like over time, he's going to make that transition to where the average family can go to the park. The average consumer,
Because it is... Getting into Magic Kingdom is hilarious. And not only on top of the fact you have to jump through hoops and ladders of, if we want to do another park, we have to wait till 2 and blah, 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 because of their weird park hopping and reservation system. Man, all of this and Tron still isn't open. And they're taking out rides. I mean, at least Cosmic Rewind's open. I actually saw they added I'm going to put with quotations because this is the most holiday overlay Cosmic Rewind, because they just shouldn't have done it. Man. Yeah. So, I don't think you've seen any of it, right? Have you heard about it?
Cosmic Rewind?
Yeah. The indoor coaster at Epcot they have based on Guardians.
I'm familiar. I haven't, watched the PSA.
It's basically Space Mountain, but with Guardians. And you spin and, tilt and look at certain, light elements.
My sister's thrilled to ride it. She's going to ride it when we're down there in December.
Oh no. She's going to get the holiday overlay. So normally you get, I think it's 1 out of 5, maybe 4 songs.
Yeah.
And they're actually good 80 songs, that or 70 songs that Peter Quinn would listen to from his cassette tape. Since it's holiday season, they did a holiday overlay, quotations, and they added just a very, very crappy I think it's a Jingle Bell Rock overlay with the Guardians kind of. It doesn't fit the ride at all.
Right.
It just doesn't. And then so everyone is saying, wow, this is not great. And then I feel bad because I think it opened people's eyes more to the ride too, because they were raving over oh yeah, I really like it. And then a few have only rode it with 1 or 2 songs. And then a few that have rode it a few times, they were like, man, I don't like this song, blah, 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 blah. And then now it's consistent. Man, I do not like this ride with this song.
I only know a few people that have been able to ride it with a lot of the songs. Like Florida enthusiasts and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, this is it's one of the best ones. It's the best ones you've rolled. But yeah, she needs to go back when she can actually get one of the main songs that come with the ride, because
she definitely will at some point.
Yeah. Just let her know her experience will be like at least 30% worse because of that. Because I saw it and it was pretty bad. Like, you have Groot singing in it and he can only say I'm Groot. So, like, it's just...
Yeah. That kind of stuff.
Kids might like it. Anyways, enough Disney. On back to on the rides. Overseas, real quick with the news. We have just two things here. The last thing to really cover, so you went over the Nemesis stuff, is they're still doing a lot of their hype for the Nemesis retrack, which it's officially gone now, or a lot of it. But the Jumanji Wing Coaster that's going to Chessington is officially vertical, and I did not realize how close that Zero Giro will be to like guests and stuff.
The theming looks amazing on that.
That's man. Yeah, they were gonna have to make a UK trip and just do a road trip down the UK, because apparently that is super easy. You just get a rental there and just go all the way down the UK.
That's what I've heard. Yeah,
so
that's like a good first overseas trip.
We'll see. I mean, I've always wanted to go to UK anyway, because I think generally there are some very beautiful parts. I heard London is London. Big cities in general, honestly, they're gonna be big cities.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, Thorpe Park, Alton Towers, Chessington. There's a lot of coaster culture I want to experience there.
Yeah.
And just UK culture. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's really all for overseas right now. Besides, kind of going back to IAAPA, where do you think potentially those two SNS Access coasters could go? At the SNS panel, apparently they said this.
I feel like one of the places I heard rumored was France would be one of the first countries, maybe Italy. I don't know.
Yeah, like there's really no way for like I'm going off of parks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking. I really can't. I'm gonna just say maybe India. Because they're just adding.
I could see a park in China or Japan.
Oh yeah.
Getting one.
I mean, how often does Fuji Q add stuff? When was Takabisha? So I think that was maybe their last one.
What does Fuji Q have?
They have Ijanika, Takabisha, Dododampa.
Okay, but that's what it is. The SBNO.
Yeah.
Maybe. I feel like I could see them adding like a Vekoma too, or something like that.
I'm not sure we've seen that many Vekomas in Japan yet, but I feel like they would look super slick in a lot of their skylines. Generally, that's another reason why I want to see Vekomas. They look slick now. Like, SOCs and, like, boomerangs, even the track, like, you could just be like, ugh. Because they look close to Aero. Now...
I like them. Look at Vertigo, Kings Island.
I mean, that's a little different. When I see, like, an Aero... I guess I don't hate it. I think it looks good, actually. I just know it's rough. Like, I guess, like, I see, I'm like, God, that's painful. You can see the profiling, too. Wow, that is literally made by hand. That's amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I think even Vekoma's, like, they're boomerangs. Not like the inverted ones. Yeah, actually, no, even the inverted ones. They're kind of weird and blocky. I don't know.
But... I don't know. I don't know where I can
Much
see
sleeker
an Axis going. I don't know where I can see an Axis going.
Yeah, I'm saying best bet is Fuji Q or Irlandia.
The one park in Finland that has that Intamin or something. I don't know. Or not the Intamin. They've got like a Vekoma or something.
Because like I can see
Taiga. The park with Taiga. Maybe
Lenamaki.
Yeah. Maybe they'll get one.
Okay, I can see that because they're building themselves up too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that, and I could actually see Fantasyland. Because let's say all right, we want to work with you, SNS. We want to do this Axis, but this is gonna be. They take time with their projects, like they. But at the same time,
how well could you theme an Axis though? I don't know if I could see one at Fantasyland.
It could be pretty crazy.
Depending
now,
on
that
how
one
it could be themed, yeah.
is out of left field and just the what if. That's like my 1% dreamer. Like, a themed SNS Axis coaster?
How about a themed SNS Axis at King's Dominion?
Please.
That's what I'm expecting to see.
Please.
Down
All
the
right.
road.
Let's see. So, yeah, that's all of the news. So then, because of that, we have some just little fun thing here.
Shits and giggles.
Yeah, it's the third one, right?
Yeah.
Halfway through the third. We thought, since
We're talking-
there was a little bit of a gap between who we were supposed to be having on this episode, we thought we'd do something a little fun here. Because we're talking about trips and we're kind of missing parks right now.
We're talking bucket lists.
Yeah. We're talking top 5 bucket list parks and then top 10 bucket list coasters. And now, I don't know what you want to do first. If you want to do coasters first
I'd
or
say parks first.
All right. I don't think I have these ranked.
I don't know. I don't think that I necessarily ranked them. I just did like 5 that I really want to go to. Not that any of them are in like an order, you know? And then same with like the coasters. It's not that they're like ranked. It's just more that like I really want to ride these 10 rides.
This is a smoky bone. Sheesh. But yeah, I did the same thing. I just looked because I had them, and then I actually had to change up a little bit because of what I said. Like, I'm getting a few, like, literally in less than a month. So, it's like, they're not on my bucket list. I'm checking them off because I'm about to get them. Unless for some reason I am so unlucky and Velosa and Iron Gwazi are both just down the entire time we were there.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, I'm like, there's no wood in here, crap.
Knock on your head.
But starting off with the top 5 bucket lists, I guess, you want to go first? I'm going to take one right off of this.
Yeah. So, Fantasialand is one.
So, do you want, if we match one, do you want to, like, just say at the same time?
Yeah.
So, because I have it on there, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, how can you not? How can you not? Coasters and immaculate theming? Like, come on.
I mean, you can have a hotel room viewing Fly.
Fly, Black Mamba. I think, and then, I mean, they do this for a few parks, but, like, you can literally walk out of your hotel room and just go on those roads. You can go on Terran, you can go on Fly. Man, I've heard nothing but amazing reviews about Fly. Like, Fantasialand. And their Dark Ride collections, like, because that's the thing what made me love Disney was, like, and made me hold them, is, like, you know, I love rides and stuff, but, like, I love thrills, but their theming and everything, man. They got it. And even then, there are, when I look at POVs and stuff now, and, like, I know they don't do it justice of, like, of overseas.
Yeah.
Just those Dark Rides. I know, like, they can compete with Disney. If not, I might enjoy them more. I could see it. Yeah, Fantasialand's up there for me too. I guess I'll start with the next one though. Let's get out of the way. Europa, because of the theming of Dark Rides.
Yeah.
Because I don't think
That's one that I have on mine as well.
Yeah, I don't think I would have their coasters that high, but I think just the full-on ambience and atmosphere and those Dark Rides that are there would be amazing.
You know,
It's a mock showcase, so like.
From the people that I've talked with about it, it's like, you know, the Disney of Europe.
Wow. And Rust, Germany. And then you get to be in Germany, too. Like, Germany, that beautiful country, like, man.
I think yeah, absolutely.
But that's why both those parks, both of them are in Germany. Germans, you just got it when it comes to theming. You just got it. Yeah, like, I need to think about Dark Ride exactly.
So we both have Europa and Fantasialand for 2 of ours. I bet we have so I'm going to say the next one, Energylandia.
Ghost Castle looks so... Oh, man. So what did you say for the next one?
Energylandia, which I assume
Do I have? I actually don't have
Really?
it. I was thinking about it because I've heard, like, I heard everything about it is great. Like, everything, like, the guest service, like,
Larson talks it up like crazy to me.
but I don't know, after their top 2, am I really going to enjoy the park?
And I get that it's a lot of kiddie credits.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, you've got Zadra, Hyperion, you've got Abyssus.
See, I feel like it will be in my top 5 once they add another, just weird attract. It doesn't even have to be like Zadra or Hyperion. Just something I can't get over here.
Yeah.
I think because I was really debating putting it on there, but I was thinking like, I don't know, man. I would think I would just do what I do at King's Dominion and just walk to Hyperion, Zadra, Hyperion. Hopefully the gates open so I can just stay at Zadra.
Yeah. What you got? What's your next one?
Let's see. My phone locked here.
I'm surprised you did not have Energy of the India.
I was really debating, but I think what took it... I think what's really... that I made my choices was, like, seeing the views of also the parks, like the skyscapes. And Portaventura, I think, would be one of the most beautiful,
Okay. And do you count Ferrari Land with that too? Can you do that? I feel like that's fair to say.
I think people technically do, but they're technically separate. But yeah, people go to both when they go there because Red Force is in
like
Ferrari
you could
Land.
count it. You know.
I mean, they're literally right next to each other. It's like when people go to Universal. You go to Universal, but you're really going to islands a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So.
I feel like I can see that on mine too.
Dude, I am smacked. I'm pretty frosted right now. That's all I gotta say. If you guys get that in the podcast, shout outs to you. Because it's a little bit of a throwback now for Key and Peele. Bring up that. But yeah, Portaventura, I think looks... They have Shambhala. Like, that alone, like... That looks phenomenal.
I'm just
beautiful.
I'm a B&M hater.
Okay, so. But like... You like Diamondback and you like Fury.
But like...
And that's what it looks like.
I think Furious Baco is a bigger draw for me, honestly.
I was about to say, they have Furious Baco there. Dragon Khan looks pretty decent.
James and Timmy were hyping up Furious Baco, so I know it's legit. You know?
I mean, an Intamin wing coaster, bro. And it's a hydraulic.
Yeah.
Like, come on, that's sick.
It sounds wild.
I don't know. At the same time, I never really... Like, I can notice rattles, but I never really notice, like, if something is rough.
I never care.
Yeah, like, I don't know. I think it gives the right character, unless it's, like, actually, like...
Firebird? Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, there are some steel coasters that are just rougher than wooden. Like, wooden ones that are considered rough.
Yep.
Like, and Firebird just does not need to exist. Put, like, a Skywalker 2 there. I don't care. Something else there. What a tangent. Anyways... yeah, so what do you have? What's the last one you have?
Still got 2 more.
Oh, yeah, we still got 2 more.
So my fourth one is going to be completely out of left field, I feel like. I don't think you're going to, this is going to.
What do you think?
This is going to.
So, like, how left field? Are you, like, actually meaning left? So, like, Japan? If you go left on the map, or, like...
Nagashima Spa Land.
What exactly is there again?
Hakugi?
No! I was like...
And Steel Dragon.
So, that's the main reason. I'm like...
Yep.
So, I still don't think I would have put... Actually, I need to look at my... So I'm moving one of these coasters out of here in my bucket list coasters because... How did I forget about that?
I mean, I just... Alan Schilke.
Yeah.
I
mean... It looks like Japan's Steel Vengeance.
Yeah.
But, like, you're always high in the sky. Like...
I mean, dude, that I don't know. Something about that. That's somewhere I really... for me to put it in that 5...
Yeah, that's a really... The thing is, though,
Like, I feel like there's a lot of places that you could say, and I've got a long list, but I'm choosing 5, and Nagashima Skyline is one that I'd put in that 5.
I'm wondering. Yeah, I don't know if I can put it just because of one ride though. It's like me
Steel
saying.
Dragon, though.
I mean, getting on the longest steel coaster in the world is a cred. I don't know. It's like me saying like, "Oh, I want to go to Komarlden's."
I'm not.
bucket list,
Well,
so
I don't know.
wildfire.
I think Steel Dragon and Haikugi are a little bit better than just Wildfire, though. Plus, I don't know what their supporting lineup is, but it's probably not.
So I'm saying those are the two. Like, and then
They've got more credits.
then you have the quirk of a Japan park. Which I hear is they. Since I love character in parks, I might just love those parks based on just how quirky they are.
Yeah.
All right. We didn't match then. And I don't think you have this one, since you said that one. But Fuji Q Highland.
No, I don't have it.
It's because of the top 3 there. Like, but mostly, like the top 3 and then Aijanaica. Like,
Yeah.
4D free, like, they just seem like the pinnacle of like, if you're an enthusiast, we made this for you. Like these rides.
Yeah, no, that's
And
it's something I considered, but it's just that's
Yeah.
not the.
And then Dota Dampa, it's basically like we have Hypersonic again, except they added a loop now, which I
Yeah.
won't be able to experience the top hat, but still, that launch, probably nothing like it in the world.
Yeah.
And then, technically I can experience Shellraiser, but Takabisha's there, the original.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I think, man, I think those are all like, all we said could have been like the top 5. Though,
You
to be
still have
honest.
a 5th one, right?
I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I got all of them. I
Which
said,
one was it?
said Europa. I said Fuji Q. Oh no, I do have one more. My bad. What's your last one?
Because I got it.
Yeah. What's your last one?
So, I know there's so many places in the U.S. I haven't been, and there's so many places overseas I haven't been. So, like, I have, like, a way longer list, but my number 5, Silver Dollar City.
I was thinking about putting that.
I mean...
I actually want to go there more than Dollywood.
You know, same. You know, where else am I going to ride a Mach Extreme Spinner?
I mean...
Plopsaland. I know. But, you know, that's what we've got over
Yeah,
here.
in America, yeah.
Plus Outlaw Run, Powder Keg, you know, you've got good stuff there.
Fire in the Hole.
Wildfire as well.
Oh, yes. Tennessee Tornadoes, or was that Dollywood?
Mm-mm.
It's Dollywood, right?
Dollywood,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, if they had Tennessee Tornado too, that would actually be ridiculous. That would be too... Basically, Wildfire is... Like, I feel like they added them around the same time, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
And that's a good list, I would say.
What's
Like-
what is your 5th then?
So, my last one, and it's strictly off of all of the dark rides I won't be able to understand, but how immaculate they're designed, is Efteling.
I like that.
As
Weren't we
theming there looks
weren't we
incredible.
together when we met the 2 guys from Efteling?
You met someone from Efteling?
Yeah, I met someone whose home park was Efteling. I
No,
thought I was
sir.
with you when that happened, to be honest.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, I think I was lapping timbers that day. I'm surprised you weren't with me.
Maybe we're doing something else. Maybe I went to eat. I don't know. But that was... I would have geeked out about that park. Be like,
Yeah. Yeah.
There was just like... There's just so much atmosphere. Like, I feel like so many perks are missing out on. Like, that even, like, I would enjoy a dive coaster just because of how well it's themed. Just like how you did with Dr. Diabolicals. Like,
Yep. Shout out Jeffrey Siebert.
we stand Jeffrey Siebert, we stand Thunderbolt, and, who else do we stand?
We stand wooden coasters.
Oh, yeah, we stand wooden coasters, 3 gyms. Yeah, Efteling is my last one. So now...
Coasters.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I've got so many written down, but definitely more than 10. But I'll pick 10.
Some said like the smoke break music.
I geeked the hell out of me, bro. I was like, that's hilarious.
All right, we're back. So our top 10. It might be a little different. I feel after.
I think we'll
our
have
top
some
5,
of the same.
We'll have some of the same. But after our top 5 parks, I'm feeling it might be a little different.
I've got some that
There's
are
actually
pretty.
some left because I think I'm actually just good, bro.
Yeah, we're good. I think I've got some that are pretty out of left field. So.
Some RC.
Oh yeah,
takes.
the questionable opinions.
Enough to get brought up in the kosher talk now.
Yeah.
Enough to where they're like, hey, I'm like, I have to defend you in my car. I'm like, nah, don't stop talking about my boy. All right, but you can start because of it then.
Zadra.
So is that just your number 10? Are you going in like a rank?
Just not ranked. Just 10 that I really want to ride.
So we don't see. I don't stan RMC yet, but I'm a fan of RMC, and I have Zadra as well. Because
that is the only RMC in my 10.
I have another one.
And I didn't want to overflow it because I'm an RMC stan. So.
So you just know you're right.
I didn't want to overdo it, so
Well,
I picked my highest bucket list one.
I'm surprised I didn't have another one then. But I have Zadra as well. I definitely have Zadra as well.
What's your other one?
So my other one is Hakuge.
Okay.
Because I think that could be just better than anything.
It's because I already said Nagashima Spotland, so I was like, I don't need to put it in the top 10 because it's just like self-explanatory is why I was like, nah.
I mean, I guess I'm kind of cheating with I'm kind of cheating with one. I'm cheating. If these imaginary rules we have set up, but yeah, Zadra, I'm just gonna put them together because I have a few. There's similarities. There's almost
right.
2, but Zadra looks like an intense RMC that is just wild. They're always wild, but that looks like a behemoth because it's tall. You're going speeds you don't normally feel. I mean, that's why when Steel Vengeance caught me off guard once, because I'm used to twisted speed, and then so those 200-footer RMCs, I love the feeling of speed there. I know it's more intensity based, not as air temp heavy, and I love me some positive cheese. Much I love negatives.
Man,
so we'll see.
Iron Gauze is gonna blow you away.
Because that's the thing. I love me positives.
Might be your number 1.
I love me negatives. When you combine the two, it's basically sex.
That and Velocicoaster might both be in your top 5. They probably will be.
But I heard Veloci isn't that positive. It's not that intense.
It is.
Maybe it's intense now. Maybe it's cooking now. Oh, okay.
It cooks.
So I said Hakuge.
Okay, I'll do Ijanika.
I have that as well.
Okay.
Because come on, it's So I had X2, and then I'm like, I mean, technically we were talking about this right before. We're getting on that potentially soon.
Yeah.
And Ijanika is in Japan. When are we gonna get to Japan?
Yeah.
And it looks like a better X2.
That's why I did Ijanika over X2 as well.
It's man, I heard it's smoother as well because it was made a few years after.
Yeah.
And SNS made it. So Ijanika looks incredible. Especially I love just how threatening it looks.
Yeah.
It's just this black, it looks almost like a spider. Alright. Let's see. I'll throw this out here. Hyperion.
I don't have it.
I've just heard too many good things. And
it looks amazing.
I'm an intimate stan. I will say that much. I love almost any ride that they have made.
Yeah.
Cheetah Hunt maybe will be a little different. We'll see how I think of Chunt. I might think it's... I have an opinion on my opinion, but I'll talk about it later, another time. But Hyperion, I think, looks immaculate. I think if I get on that could be like, I wish this were my Intimidator, potentially.
Yeah.
Because
the lap bars, man.
The lap bars and that inversion right after that huge camelback.
Yeah.
Just looks amazing. Like, you see the POV, you see people jolting into their lap bar.
I definitely, that's something that's up there for me too.
What you got next, though?
Fly.
I was thinking about putting Fly, but I just haven't experienced a flying coaster.
I just think it's so unique, and the theming, it's something that is worthy of.
I should have put Fly.
A spot.
I would have gotten rid of something. I'm looking at it now, but I should have put Fly. Because like, people rave about Terran's, Close Encounters, going through the theming, the rock work.
Yeah.
And then Fly puts it on a whole nother level. All right, we'll do that. You're going through a city, but you're flying.
Yeah.
Like, how they're able to do those near misses. Apparently, you get airtime. I've heard that consistently on a flying coaster.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, it looks like Planet Coaster. Like, just no limits. Like, it doesn't look like it should exist. But we've gotten to that point where we're just getting these amazing rides. Awesome. Oh, I should have put it on there.
What do you got?
I'm gonna throw this out because of what it is, what it means to the community. Nemesis. You're looking at me with the biggest.
That's so derp.
Nah.
I don't know, bro.
It's just like my love for Loch Ness, even though it's getting rough. I love cultural rides, classics. I love, especially because inverts are my favorite from E&M. I think that would be one of my stars of going to the UK. And I heard it's super intense. I wish I could have rode it when it in its age now, or before it was getting its full retrack here. But those Close Encounters, like, you're just in a ditch. You're like, how does it get that much momentum? I think it looks so sick. And for what it is, the time it was made. That one is my left field one.
That's pretty.
I have another
far left field. I don't know. It's just.
I don't think
it's a B&M.
It's a boring mild, yeah. But yeah, it was my only B&M there. I think I have another left field one, but that's.
I think like, I've got a couple that aren't left field, but then a lot of them are left field.
All right, what do you got then?
Ravine Flyer 2, next one.
I really want to ride that, but like, that's your top 10?
Yeah.
Is it because like people say it's a mini voyage?
I'm just a wooden coaster stan.
I mean, that is, yeah. I just think it's so like, dude, I can get that March of next year.
Nah, I don't know. I feel like underhyping it. It's like it's gonna blow you away.
No, you know? I think it'll be amazing. No, like, I just think like it's accessible. I'm like, I can just snatch that next year.
Then I'm gonna get one of those next year.
Exactly. Another trip.
Yeah.
Because we gotta go up there anyway to get to New England and all of them.
Yeah.
So, but terrain gravity group, we can't go wrong, and it goes over like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things. I heard like, it's one of the rides that people say, why don't people talk about this? It's in that category.
What do you got?
So I'm gonna go Woody again, but it's overseas. Colossus, especially after its retrack.
Okay.
I'm hearing really, really good things. And that layout looks just like so good. It looks like a long El Toro, almost.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Oh, and now they have the theming with the old. It's not a lot of theming, obviously, but with the old track there and the wooden monster of Colossus.
Yeah.
I just think the whole just raw nature of it being an intense wooden coaster with airtime. I think I would love it.
Yeah.
That's why I think I might make people mad once we go to Mount Olympus. We're gonna leave there and be like, dude, what are you talking about? That park's awesome. We have broken limbs.
Speaking of Mount Olympus, Hades 360.
Huh.
Staying in the U.S., man.
So that's a left field one, I would say.
Staying in the U.S.
Because I think that would definitely be really good. Hell, you have a 0G roll, a big one on a wooden coaster. And that tunnel, you go in it 2 times. It looks incredible. I'm just wondering if it's going to be too rough. I'm wondering. Because, like, you rode Mind Blower recently, right?
Yeah, I did. I got the bad train on Mind Blower last time I rode it in August.
Can you tell which trains are, like...
Yes, because I have, like, 50 rides on Mind Blower this year. Something ridiculous. And there's one good train, there's one bad train. That bad train beats me up.
Ugh. I mean, people are saying, like, it needs something.
It's like teeth rattling. Like, it's rough.
Yeah, I might just tell Gavin not to ride it because he's already a Woody hater.
Yeah.
So
we'll have to see if they got the good train or not.
I mean, I'm assuming they only do one train.
Sometimes they do too. I guess it depends on how busy it is, but yeah, I mean, hopefully Hades isn't too rough. We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive gravity route, and I mean, if they just took care of the rides, or a Woody Park boy or Holiday World does it.
Yeah.
And I get they're not Holiday World, they're much more budgeted, it seems. But come on.
Yeah.
That's a good pick though, because I was thinking, I wish I had more Woodies on there, but.
What do you got next?
All right, this is my last, I think, left field. Actually, no, I have one more. I love Intensity. I hear this grays people out consistently every time.
Okay.
Like Intimidator. Lek Coaster.
Yeah. James and Timmy rode that this summer. I'm pretty sure.
I think Lek could be incredible.
I think they liked it. Like, I think it's like high up for them. I'm pretty sure.
Because I know some people have it like, you know, and some people.
It's like top 20 for them. They've got like 400
okay.
credits or something like that.
I think Lek could really just wow me. Because, like, that's the one thing about Intimidator. It's like nothing else. I'm never like, no other coaster I'm consistently graying out. People say they go on other rides. It's only Intimidator.
Intimidator's so crazy.
I-305, by the way, not Intimidator. just to be clear. But yeah, Lek looks really, really awesome. I think the setting of it's really cool too.
Yeah.
I have one more left field.
Okay.
What's your next one?
I'm staying in the U.S. Time Traveler.
Yeah. Man, the mock spinners, look, they need more of those, man.
Yeah.
Like, I think the main reason is they're mock's expensive.
Yeah.
But, like, they clearly are winners every time they add one.
Yeah, man.
They look incredible.
I really hope I get to ride that soon.
Yeah, and, like, I think rewritability on it is one of the things that, like, because, like, obviously we love marathoning rides.
Yeah.
So, being able to get almost a different ride experience every single time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a really good. I was thinking of putting the mock spinners in there, but I just don't know yet what I would think of those experiences. It's like,
yeah.
Would I really love them? Or would I just think, oh yeah, they're just fun, you know? They're alright.
Yeah.
So,
what do you got? What's that left field one?
Phonics. The complete opposite of Lek. I think when I get over there to finally ride it in Phillips Summerland, it'll really be cooking. Because apparently from when it first opened till the end of this year was already doing like a much different experience.
Yeah.
And Lek is really about the positives. This is all about just getting airtime. Airtime hill after different airtime hill after sideways after. That stall at the beginning looks awesome. It's long. It generally, like, it's I don't think it would be a top 10, maybe a top 20, but like once I get to a certain rank, you know, like having things in your top 30, top 40, those are fantastic rides. Like, don't get it twisted. All because they're not, you know, praise them. At least for me, I still really like, you know, really appreciate my top 50. Like, I would be sad if any of them got taken out. But yeah, phonics, and also aesthetically, I think this Vecoma's trains, their trains, the track, just aesthetically pleasing. I like the green on it. Yeah. What's your next one?
I'm not staying in the U.S., staying on the same continent, though. Superman El Ultimo Escape.
Oh, the Morgan. I was like, is it Mexico or is it Canada?
Yeah. Superman. My guy, Adam, is always saying that thing is, like, incredible. Like, top 10.
Wow. Top 10. I mean, I know that a lot of people do not go out to Mexico City to ride it, so...
I'd like to at some point.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But...
that's high on the bucket list, so...
like...
My last two are pretty out of left field, too.
I mean, that one I would consider kind of... it's like really your top 10.
Yeah. Definitely.
I heard it is the best full Morgan.
I've just... like... the people that I know have really hyped it up.
Alright.
What you got?
Alright. What have I said? I said what check marks around this stuff. So, where are we at right now?
I've got two more.
Okay. So that means I know what my two are. This one, you know, I'll go with what I think is 2 and 1.
Okay.
So, Conda, I think, could be amazing.
Yeah.
That new gen mega coaster. I mean, it's the new trains as well. I'm an Intamin stan.
That's something I considered.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
Oh my, man, like airtime and intensity. I've heard nothing but good things about it. People have it in top 20 easy. So, yeah, I am super excited to go over there and ride that. Like, I was kind of surprised I didn't put Untamed on there at all, but I've heard mixed opinions about it. So, I'm keeping it with Conda. But I got one more.
I've got another one.
Oh man,
out of left field.
Is it United States? Oh, where is it?
DC Rivals.
I was thinking about that. I was like, where's DC Rivals? Because I was thinking about putting the park that it was in with Moore Brothers.
That's what, Australia, right? Yeah.
Like, it's Australia. Like, God.
Or is it New Zealand? I don't know.
No, they do have another one of those somewhere near the Middle East, I think.
But that's another one that has just been raved about to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's a really good one. Yeah, it looks really, really good. I mean...
and the backwards car.
Do they still have that?
I believe so, yeah. It's on, like, one of the trains.
Yeah.
Back row,
really,
backwards.
Really
it's insane.
Alright. I guess last one here.
Yeah.
I went with... almost said the wrong one. The last one here. I am going with two Tatis. When it opens. I don't even think I said it right. But the new Intamin multi-launch going to Park Asterisk.
Damn.
I think that could be my new number one. If it actually that looks amazing. It looks like what Pantheon should have been.
Yeah.
Now at the same time though, I always thought I wrote Pantheon. Well since I wrote Pantheon, that feels similar to Pantheon.
Yeah.
I have been looking at that ride since 2018 when they revealed it, and before it didn't have a name. So I've been just super hyped for that ride, just ever since. It looks so good. What's your last one, though?
So, my last one is probably the most out of left field.
This is probably the most controversial one.
So, it is the flying dinosaur. Not joking.
Why didn't you say that one first?
Had to get the build up.
I guess.
I am oddly enough a B&M Flyer stan.
What? You're a B&M Flyer stan. That's your favorite model from them?
Not necessarily
Okay,
favorite model.
okay, but you're not. But how can you be a stan and that's not your favorite model? That doesn't make sense.
That's just, it happens to be my 10th bucket list coaster. I
heard it is
incredible.
Yeah, I heard it is really, really, really good.
I've heard it is incredible, and I love that model. So, that made the list.
Flying dinosaur. I hate the name of it. I think that's what's so troll about the name. It's just like they could have named it like one of the flying or literally a pterodon or something, pterosaur. Nah. And then no, that is a good one. It's just the name. And I hear you get airtime on that one too. So I hear it's kind of light on the theming with the ride experience, Zach.
Yeah.
It's when people ride it, it's like clearly the best B&M Flyer. But that is it for our bucket list. Hopefully we get to a lot of these soon. I think
the U.S. ones.
Yeah, the U.S. ones most definitely will seem very likely. The Europe ones, however, maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
But maybe Nemesis. Who knows? But yeah, we're closing up here. It is. We've been going at this for a bit. IAAPA was a lot of thoughts, a lot of takes, and thank you guys for listening to this whole thing. For realsies.
Coming up, we got Florida.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Whew. It's actually all coming because I was thinking like, dang, I'm gonna be in Florida in
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep.
Wow. You guys are gonna hear me geek out about that. I don't know if we're gonna. Yeah, we will be doing a cast before because we're gonna have a special guest, which should have been on this time, but scheduling conflicts, no worries. But it will be a fun one for sure.
Yeah.
It's definitely gonna be a good one.
So we're gonna have 2 episodes coming up. Then we could probably record in Florida.
Yeah, in one of the hotel rooms when we're after a day or something, maybe just chilling. Maybe get Colin in one of them.
Yeah.
The homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, Florida is coming up, and we're doing it for it's birthday trips for us. So it's going to be crazy, honestly.
It's gonna be a good time.
So anyone else going? Like, it's gonna be me, Gavin, you, Colin.
Got the family coming.
Okay.
Sister and her friend.
All right. Is Pam and Greg coming?
I think Pam and Bob will be down there.
Alrighty. We have to get all the homies together. So, catch y'all on those episodes. It's exciting future now. Stuff to look forward to. Episode 4 with the guest next week or two. Peace out. And keep it easy, everyone.
Be kind.